Waseo.
Waseo.
Great response. This time, Egypt, ancient Egypt. That's kind of a Greek name. Kemet is the Egyptian name for Egypt. It's more than just the country along the Nile River. It's a whole culture of the Mediterranean. It's also a culture that traveled across the Pacific and colonized Hawaii. I recently learned while we were over there a year ago. And here in the Southwest. Two of the nations in the Southwest are the Apaches and the Navajo. The Apaches decidedly are Turk. They're Turkoman. They're speaking Turkish language. And related to them somewhat are the Navajos. They are from Khotan, and their roots of their language show that they were Western Turkestanic and so forth. And their relatives still live there by the same name as they know themselves here, Natini. Other than that, all the other people of the Southwest and Northwest Mexico in particular are Semitic-speaking people. The linguists call this Ugric-Aztecan. And all the relations of the language within it. The Yaquis, of Sonora in particular, they probably were the most recent people to come from that part of the world, maybe 1,000 years ago, or maybe less. They are definitely Copts. They're Copts from the Nile. And then they were persecuted and immigrated to Iberia. And both of those cultures are in their culture. All other people from the Southwest have various degrees, you could call, of it that definitely shows their ancestors are from the Mediterranean. The people just east of us here, being called by the name of Kauai, they are definitely Libyans or North Africans. And other people from throughout the Southwest have different degrees. In this case, the Hopi, the people that are being called, the Tewa Hopi, definitely they have come from there. They bear the black factor, the DNA and chromosome and all that. They definitely have the black factor. Definitely, they're identified that they are coming from the Nile, the Upper Nile Delta, and they overlook the Sinai. That's their interest in the turquoise, because the turquoise mine was there, the Sinai, and so forth, all of that. And in particular, what I'm presenting here is Horus. Horus, the Vulcan deity, or the Vulcan-headed god, any of those kind of names. The bird that's derived from on the Nile is kind of a composite, sort of the Vulcan of the North River and the Vulcan of the South River are kind of been brought together. And Horus is definitely the deity of the Egyptian people. And the Egyptian people definitely want to be free of the Arabs. In the recent revolution, there was to dispose Mubarak, who is an Arab. And the attempts of the Brotherhood to set up shop after that was, definitely dealt harshly and directly to prohibit, the Arab Muslim from taking over again. That's ongoing all the time. So it's Horus who actually defeated them and drove them out. Somehow I don't remember the exact words, but Obama seems to have some recognition in that, and at the time he definitely congratulated Horus for taking care of the Egyptian people. Horus is the Greek name. Hris is the Egyptian. It also means face. So it's kind of like the face of the sky or the face of heaven, Hris, with all of that. Here in the Southwest, the people who somehow immigrated from the Mediterranean to here of Egyptian culture have taken the Horus bird there and replaced him here with the American kestrel. The American kestrel, or it's also called the sparrowhawk, is Horus in the Southwest. And mainly what identifies him that way is that the bird has these two streaks under his eye, both in the Nile and both here. And the people here, they call these warrior marks. And the warrior marks, they put on images of the sun and all kinds of things. There are many petroglyphs that I've seen throughout the Southwest that definitely shows that this is the falcon or hawk-headed, however, with the warrior marks on him. And my image here is definitely taken from the Egyptian image of Horus with that. And that still prevails, throughout the Southwest. Basically in a culture that English Americans don't seem to know anything about. English Americans have set up their own ideas about Native America and Turtle Island and all that, and seem to just look at their own reflection of their idea of that. Well, in the meantime, there's another continuity going on here in Native America. Anyway, this piece I'm about to read is really ancient, about 3,000 years old. It's the Song of Horus. How splendid you vary the skyways, Horus of twin horizons. The needs of each new day firm in your timeless pattern, who fashion the years, weave months into order, days, nights, and the very hours move to the gauge of your striding. Refreshed by your diurnal shining, you quicken, bright above yesterday, making the zone of night sparkle, although you belong to the light. So one awake there. Sleep is for mortals who go to rest grateful, while your eyes oversee, and theirs by the millions you open when your face new arises beautiful. Not a bypath escapes your affection in your season on earth, stepping swift over stars, riding the lightning flash, you circle the earth in an instant, with a god's ease crossing heaven, treading dark paths of the underworld, yet sun on each roadway. You deign to walk daily with us. The faces of all are upturned to you, as humankind and gods alike lift their morning song. Lord of daybreak, welcome. Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay. Oh, I forgot to describe this here. This is my replication of a Hopi dance board. This dance board is Horus, and yes, the warrior marks. And what this is here is called a moisture tablet. So, and this is his wings here, and he's made funny legs to look like a bird's legs. And the moisture tablet is for the falcon to fly high in the sky to attract the rain, to bring the rain. Everything in the Hopis is all to bring down the rain. These are feathers from the tail feather of the kestrel. The ceremonialists actually wear a peaked, like made out of like bamboo, peaked with red hair and feathers coming out. So all this, most definitely is, I forget the Hopi name, but it definitely is the Hopi Egyptian Horus in the Southwest. Okay.
That's really cool.
Yes,